Hi guys and girls, Gallifrey Forever 97 and welcome to today's video. I'll be reviewing the brand new Doctor and TARDIS B&M set for 2019, the 5th Doctor and TARDIS from the Caves of Androzani. Thanks to Character Options for sending me this, and also a couple other sets including the Centurion Collector's set and the 8th Doctor and Dalek 2-pack, which I'll be reviewing shortly after this. So this is a very kind of niche sort of set. It's from a Pacific scene. It's great to see this variant of the 5th Doctor, which since we had the 6th Doctor regenerated, it was a variant people wanted. Nice fun to have that, and also this TARDIS, which again is really unique and has not been seen before. This really is a must for Doctor Who fans this year. So I'm going to take you around the packaging. I'm going to open it up and review the TARDIS and the Doctor, compare it to previous releases and all that jazz. So yes, let's take a look. So at the top of the packaging, we've got the new Doctor Who logo. So there's 5+ in the right hand corner, and this is 5"/14cm scale collector series. We have the 5th Doctor and TARDIS displayed in a clear see-through plastic, and then to the right hand side we've got the TARDIS design on the right. We've got a 3D gold limited edition sticker on the left hand side, even though it does say that there will be more stock this year compared to previous years. So it's the 5th Doctor and TARDIS from the Caves of Androzani collector figure set, exclusive Doctor and TARDIS set, and bottom right we've got the Character Options logo. At the top of the box is basically the same stuff, but I just want to mention as well this line going across with Gallifrey and Symbolin, which is a really nice design and touch. On the side of the box, the same stuff, Doctor Who logo, with opening doors, which is one of the cool features on this. And on the other side, we've got a nice promo image of the 5th Doctor and TARDIS, again with the same content. And then on the back, we've got a really nice sort of read-up of the story. They haven't really done this before. It tells you who wrote it, what happens in the story. You can pause and read it, but basically tells you all you need to know about the final 5th Doctor story. So that's the packaging. Really love the new design for the 13th Doctor era. Let's get this open. As a quick note, when opening the box, you will need a screwdriver to unscrew the TARDIS from the bottom of the box, as it is screwed in with 2 screws. So you need a kind of a small 4-edged screwdriver, as you can see with my one, just to get out of the box. Otherwise, I'm going to have a bit of a struggle getting it out. With the Doctor and TARDIS out of the box, I should show the inside card, which is from the final scene of the Caves of Androzani, where the TARDIS lands at the start of the story, and the Doctor has to rush back to save Peri's life and get off the planet before it basically explodes, which gives fans a really nice display option to display this TARDIS from that Pacific setting, which fits really nicely in. I'll look at the Doctor after, but first off we're going to take a look at the TARDIS. So here we have the 5th Doctor's TARDIS with the mud effect from being on the planet when it materialises in the story. This is the first, 5th and 6th Doctor TARDIS model we've had, which is initially moulded from the 1st and 7th Doctor TARDISes from back in the day, with the stacked roof. However, you can see there is a size comparison because Aldral has said that they've remoulded the bottom of the floor to make it a smaller and flatter base. So this is the sculptor's base off with a tweaked base. But there are some really great paint applications that really make this TARDIS stand out. So look at the detail now. So the top has the same mould of the light bulb encased with the circular dish on the top with the 3 lines going around with it stacked in. As you want to say, we've got the stacked top of the TARDIS. Who knows about the whole TARDIS, but this is really nice withered effect. But at the top there's some kind of nice little black hints. And also the blue kind of highlights the kind of cracked edges. This is quite a worn down TARDIS. It looks like it's been through quite a few disasters. Going at the front of the TARDIS, we've got the Please Public Call Box sign, which obviously goes round. This has got a blue background this time round. The windows have got a really nice yellow tint, kind of like yellow sandy tint, which, to be honest, with the sand kind of planet of Androzani, it looks really, really nice. We've got the pull to open sign, which has the blue background this time round, which I did double check is accurate. I did look at the final scene before doing this review. I'm no TARDIS expert. There's some Batman March, those productions, Clayton Hickman, all those guys know their TARDISes inside and out. I'm not that much into detail stuff, but looking off the story, in general, this is really accurate, and so is the 5th Doctor as well. So going around as well, we've got this really nice sort of withering effect. It looks like it's just been kind of painted, the paint's starting to warp, which is not a bad thing. This kind of adds to the effect of it. Go around to the back, again, like the other ones, which is a slight gripe, but I've kind of got used to it now. We've got this little speaker and the open flap, which has been kind of sealed on, but the screw hole's still there. As I say, it would just cost so much for them to retweak it. Originally, the Doctor and TARDIS ones were £35 back in the day, so I can understand why they've done it to keep costs down. And again, the other side, of course, is the same sort of withered effect, which makes it really, really great. What makes this really stand out as well, of course, is the mud effect going around the bottom, which in the final scene doesn't actually have it. But it's a really nice effect, and it does add to it, of course, because it's just kind of been sprayed a bit. I think, to be honest, if they were going to do this, I think they should just go full on, like splatter it up the sides, because at the final scenes of the story, everything's exploding around the TARDIS when it materialises, etc. So I think they could have sort of gone up to here and, you know, just splattered it. That's the inner child in me. But I think that could have worked really, instead of just sort of doing this kind of thing around the bottom. I think they will probably re-release this TARDIS, possibly with a 6th Doctor, without this variant, because this is quite a unique variant. It's just quite odd to do this first before kind of releasing the sort of generic version, and then they could have done this afterwards. The paint applications are amazing. I love the windows, and I say the mud effect is really nice, but I think personally they could have done a bit more, just kind of like make it a bit full on, having more sort of mud splattered up more randomly instead of the bottom. But it's really great, and I can't wait to see what future 80s TARDISes they do in the future. So here we have the 5th Doctor, before he's about to regenerate into Colin Baker with the muddy outfit, which we have seen before with the 6th Doctor regenerated figure back in the day, which was a really rare figure now. I'll do a comparison with multiple figures at the end. The costume and the trousers especially are based on the 13th Doctor collector's set version of the 5th Doctor, which does have the same trousers which are striped, which are accurate for the story. First of all, before I go into detail, I'll take for the articulation. So the head can do a side-to-side turn. You probably don't want to do a full 360 of the head. Usually it scratches the neck. The arms can do the full 360. Around. You've got 360 bicep movements up and down at the joint. The hands can also do a full 360 turn. There is waist movement, the coat is restricting it. The legs can go back and forth, 360 bicep turn, back and forth, and the joints and the boots are sculpted into the trousers, so they are staying where they are. Looking at the face sculpt now, as you can see with the B&M sets, there is a kind of slight variation with the paint applications. The lips are kind of just painted pink, they've just basically been slapped on. The hair looks really good though, I think. The black lines really highlight his hair. Now the only inaccuracy with this, of course, is the kind of blood on the head and the arm, as he is pretty much battered and bruised. It's obviously a kid's toy, you can't go too graphic with it, but obviously back in the day, at the end of time, they did do a version of the 10th Doctor where he was battered and bruised. So I think it'd be really cool if they actually did that, just some red paint. It may have been too expensive for these sets, but apart from that, no, really pretty decent. It's a really good face sculpt of Peter Davison. So the 5th Doctor's costume is based from season 21, which we have seen on previous releases before. So this is another version of the season 21 5th Doctor, just to do a comparison. So see the paint applications, this is kind of a slightly darker coat. It kind of adds to the effect it's kind of been more dirtied up. As you can see, it's kind of more personified with the red, this kind of a weaker red here. The same paint applications, you've got the green highlights of the collar under here, sort of the red lining as well of the underneath, you can just see on top of there. And of course what makes this variant so unique is the mud patches. We saw years ago, I think back in probably no 10 years ago now, with the 6th Doctor post-regenerated figure. So as you can see initially, there are kind of slight changes. With the 6th Doctor version, it's kind of one kind of mud colour. What they've done with this one is cover more of a washy brown, with different sort of darker and light browns, which I think is actually much improvement. It's really, really nice. The only thing I would say with this, kind of this sort of black splodge, I wish they kind of made it more muddy like this version, but it just kind of looks a bit like a black splodge. Like it's not meant to be there in a way. There is slight kind of stains here, but obviously compared to the 6th Doctor one, there's more sort of stuff on the crotch area and going down the right hand side of his leg. Turning a quick look around the back, the mud does continue round to the back, kind of to half of the right hand side. The buttons have been painted black on his cuffs, and of course you've got the trouser line going down the back as well. So I think they have actually improved it. I like how they've kind of mixed in the different kind of mud colours. I think it looks really, really great. Showing out the black splodge, I don't think that really works. It could have added more detail, of course, on the thing. I think it does work. So overall, yeah, really, really great to have this variant at last. So overall, I'm really pleased with this set. It gives us a 5th Doctor variant, which is much needed. Shame about the black splotch on the jumper. Of course, we get the 5th Doctor's 80s TARDIS. It'd be nice to sort of see a future version with kind of the clean bottom part without the mud, which I'm sure they'll do with a 6th Doctor variant probably next year. Both details are really, really great considering these are B&M sets, and it gives us a really unique version of the final moments of the 5th Doctor. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching, guys and girls. Please comment, like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, links out of stuff in the description below. What do you think of the 5th Doctor and TARDIS collector set from the Caves of Androzani? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. As I mentioned earlier on in the review, I do have the Sontaran collector set and the 8th Doctor and Dalek 2 packs, so expect reviews for those very shortly. This will be in B&M shortly. I'm not too sure when, but it'll be probably sometime in August, maybe September, who knows. And I reckon it'll be probably $19.99 based on the previous prices for the other collector's sets. So if you're not yet, please subscribe, click the notification bell so you don't miss any future B&M Doctor 2 figure reviews coming to this channel in the near future. So as always, guys and girls, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!